In this video, you're going to see how 3 local businesses were able to upgrade their business phone systems for free. The secret to getting a new business phone system for free. Yep, for free. Well, sort of. Before we get started, these are only examples of what we were able to achieve for our clients. This does not mean or imply that all businesses will achieve the same results in every scenario. These are only case studies of what TelNetVA Virginia was able to do for some of our clients. Without consulting with you directly, we cannot guarantee that you will achieve the same results. 3 case studies. One was of a veterinary hospital, one was a large nonprofit organization, and the last is an educational institution. Types of phone systems. It's kind of important that we talk about the 4 different types of phone systems that can be considered for this. So as I describe the case studies, you'll understand the differences. First off, we have traditional based phone systems. These are your older type phone systems that have 20 or less phones. They typically have analog phone lines, digital phones, real basic features like possibly voicemail, if that. Those are the type that you might find at a deli or a gas station or something like that. Very basic premise-based. Premise meaning it is located at the business location. The second type is a hybrid voice over IP premise-based system. So this is a system that allows for both voice over IP abilities as well as digital phones. This is kind of important for some applications, but what is very important here is the nature of these type of systems are very highly customizable as well. The third type is a pure voice over IP system. This is a premise-based system, meaning the server is located and the appliance is located at the customer location, and it's very customizable, but only will allow for voice over IP phones. No digital phones are able to work here. And then the last is hosted voice over IP, which is a cloud-based solution which has limited customization, but it has all the basic features that any business would really need. Only allows for voice over IP phones, and this is what I call phone as a service, pay forever model, meaning as long as you use the phones, you pay for per user, per seat every single month, forever. It's pay as you go type service. So where does this work best, you might ask? Well, we have found for our system the secret to work for you. It's kind of important that you fit in this model to see the best results, or we have found that clients that fit this model most of the time will be able to benefit from this secret. So first off, you need to make sure you don't have a brand new system. It should be about 6 years old or older. You should also have approximately 25 or more employees. Give or take, this number can vary, but we found about 25 employees is the sweet spot. You may have high monthly telecom costs. You would know about this because you probably are complaining about it. But if you feel that your telecom costs are high, chances are they probably are. And also we found this is very useful if you do not have any money in your budget to upgrade your technology infrastructure. So if this describes you, I would say let's continue on. If it doesn't, you might want to just drop off here because you might not benefit from the value that we're going to share. Also, the last thing is if you're using outdated analog lines like Verizon old school POTS lines, plain old telephone lines, or T1 PRI circuits, if you're using either one of these, definitely this will include you as well. So just keep that in mind. So the first case study is the veterinary hospital. This is actually one that we just recently did, and this is what the problem was that they had. They had an older traditional phone system with about 30 phones. They were using a T1 PRI for their business. Their business system was about 10 years old. I think it was within a month or two of being 10 years old. They felt, and this conversation sparked our consulting with them, that they felt that they were spending too much money for their telecom services, and they wanted to engage with us to find out, what their options were. Okay, so what the numbers were, they were spending $1,200 a month for their T1 PRI circuit. And through talking with them, we introduced them to what's known as SIP trunks, which is a new type of voice over IP type of line. So we were taking them away from the T1 PRI and giving them better service, more abilities than they had with the PRI, with some redundancy capabilities, which they did not have with the PRI, for a very reduced cost. As you can see right here, the cost was $305 versus the $1,200 that they were paying. The dilemma, however, was that their phone system was 10 years old and it needed to be replaced. So obviously, we made a recommendation that fit their business needs, that gave them a lot of abilities that they were looking for with state-of-the-art equipment. And we encompassed this through a financing vehicle, and we leased it, or we had them lease it for 5 years, which was a monthly payment of $240. Now, as you can see here, their savings after upgrading their 10-year-old phone system by implementing the SIP trunks that we recommended, they not only got a telephone system, but they also reduced their monthly overhead by $655. So they were a very, very happy client. The second one is a large nonprofit. They had a hosted voice over IP solution. So, all their phones were IP phones, and they had approximately 150 of them. They had 9 remote locations, here in the Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. And they had been paying for their hosted voice over IP service for approximately 4 years when we engaged with them and advised them of a better way to do business in solving all their business problems that they currently had. One of their big problems was the inability for them to administer their own system properly. They had a very strong IT department, and they wanted to do many of the things that you can do with a premise-based system that are not, they're just not options with most of the hosted IP solutions out there. So that was a big draw there. And then they also felt that they were spending entirely too much for that hosted voice over IP solution that they had. So the numbers for the nonprofit, they were spending approximately $6,908 a month for those 4 years. So they spent a lot of money. So that's $6,908 a month for the privilege to use their telephones every single month. What we recommended is we gave them the ability to have SIP trunks to handle the lines and the calls that they needed for their 150 employees at a cost of $700 a month. We also recommended that they upgrade their platform to a premise-based voice over IP solution. They already had the SIP IP phones. In fact, I think they had Polycom phones at the time. So they were able to reuse all the phones, but we put in a premise-based appliance for them. And because of the sophistication of the solution that they had, we also included our managed services offering there as well. So they had those costs to endure as well. By doing that, they were able to save, by engaging with us, $4,768 a month. So they went from spending $6,908 to saving $4,768 after implementing our recommended solution, our secret to their business. And the last case study I'd like to share with you is an educational institution. Their problem was they had a hybrid voice over IP system with approximately 75 phones. This was a campus environment, so they had multiple buildings connected together. The system was 9 years old when we made this recommendation to them. And they were at the point where they were experiencing a lot of service issues. The area that they're in have a lot of lightning at this area, and their infrastructure was, they had copper between all these buildings, which they're digital phones. This was a hybrid IP system with digital phones. So all the digital phones were going through the copper, which the lightning was hitting these and blowing up cards and all kinds of crazy things, and causing them to have a bunch of service issues. And then again, common to the other two case studies, they felt that they were spending too much money for what they had. So the numbers again, they were spending $2,000 a month for their two T1 PRIs, so that's $1,000 a piece for two of them. We went in there and recommended that they go with SIP trunks at a $305 cost, and we recommended that they completely replace their hybrid voice over IP system with a new solution, which was a pure IP solution for a lease rate of $1,129 a month. By doing this, after implementing the solution, they were also able to save $566 compared to what they were spending. So in summary, each of these three businesses were able to upgrade to state-of-the-art phone systems without increasing the amount of money that they were already spending. The savings over time kind of laid out like this. As you can see, respectively in the order that I presented these, the veterinary was spending $1,200 a month, and now that they're saving $655 a month, which over 5 years is $39,000, and over 10 years, as you notice, some of these systems were 9 and 10 years old, so they're going to keep these for that amount of time, right? That would be a total of $78,000 of savings. Or the nonprofit, they were saving $6,900 a month, or they were spending $6,900 a month, excuse me. They are saving $4,700 a month. Over 5 years, they would save $286,000, or over 10 years, $500,000+ right? And then the educational institution, they were spending $2,000 a month. They would be saving $566, or over 5 years, $33,000, over 10 years, $67,000. And this is all after, the key word, after getting a brand new phone system. That is the secret that we were able to teach these clients, which are clients of ours now. In fact, all of them had a net profit after getting their new business phone system by learning our secret. When was the last time you've had this happen in your business?
Now, wasn't that incredible? If you are looking to purchase a new phone system or upgrade your existing phone system, why not give us a call? You can reach us at 703-257-1991. Again, 703-257-1991.